Rooney and Carol Therese, kind of a lost soul there when we first meet her,
Yeah.
working at the department store. What did you like about that part of her character before she gets involved with Kate's character?
Well, one of the things I loved about it in general was that for Therese and for Carol in a different way, but it's very much a sort of coming-of-age story. She's at this point in her life where she's deciding what kind of woman she wants to be, and she has this sort of seemingly perfect boyfriend and this group of friends and this job, but she feels very alone and doesn't feel satisfied or fulfilled in her life, and I don't think she really understands why or what more she wants. And then Carol steps into her life and sort of everything gets flipped upside down.
And working with Kate, you have a lot of scenes with Kate. What was that like?
I mean, it was incredible. She's, she's everything you would imagine her to be, and then some. And, very much like Carol, she's this magnetic presence on film and in real life. So it was very easy to watch her and react to her as Carol.
One thing I liked about the movie I just mentioned to Todd was, of course, you have all the dialogue, you have all the motion of the things that happen, but so much of the film, to me, was told in looks and touches and things that were nonverbal. How do you make that compelling on a big screen?
That's probably a better question for Todd. I mean, well, we were lucky in that the script was very odd in that way, that it did have sort of all of this space between the words and all this nuance and subtlety. And I love that stuff, but you just don't know. I mean, you don't read many things like that, and you don't see many things that have that to it. And I think Todd did such a beautiful job at letting those things breathe and letting us have that subtlety. It can be really scary as an actor. Sometimes you feel like, oh, am I doing enough? Is this coming across? But I just sort of had to trust Todd to be the eyes of that and to let me know if I wasn't doing enough or if I needed to do less.
When you're in a period piece, especially, how do things like the costume design, the production design, how did those inform you as an actor?
Well, they inform so much. I mean, as an actor, you want to know what world you're in because you want to be in the same movie, so to speak, as the other actors. You all want to seem like you're living in the same world together. And we were very lucky in that Todd sort of shared what that world would be months before we knew. He sent us all these music references and visual references and film references. And then, the costumes were always a big thing for me. They sort of really helped me understand the character more. And especially in a period piece, the clothes were so different and people put so much effort into what they wore. And especially for women, the clothes were very restricting, and it changes everything about the way you walk and the way that you breathe even. And I felt much more feminine in the clothes than I do in my normal clothes.
We're an awards website, so I wanted to ask you one last question. You've been an Oscar nominee before. A lot of people think it's going to happen again this time. What was that first Oscar experience like for you?
I mean, it was incredible. It was such an honor, and it was such an incredible group of women to be a part of. And it wasn't something I was really expecting. It was kind of, you didn't know if that was going to happen. And so it was such an incredible experience making that film that, I felt very honored to have gotten that recognition.
You've been a voter since then. I always love to ask the voters of the Academy. You don't have to give specifics if you don't want, but now that you do mark a ballot, nominations, winners, what kind of acting performance really triggers you? What makes you want to vote for them?
I don't know. I mean, there's not a specific kind of acting or film that I'm drawn to. You just, I love watching things where it was like the first time I saw Kate and Elizabeth. I didn't feel the acting. I didn't understand. I like watching things when I don't know how they did it. That to me is when I can't see the acting behind it, and it just feels like I'm watching a real person and I'm trying to figure out how they did that. To me, that's always the best kind of performance.
Well, listen, it's a great film. Congratulations and good luck with it.
Thank you so much.